I used to be garbage at trading until I finally made one single switch. Let me tell you what it was. Right guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the switch that I made that made me go from being terrible at trading and making losses like this. Negative $2,800 in a day. Like nowadays, that doesn't mean much. But back when my net worth was like $20,000, losing 10% of my net worth in a day, it hit pretty hard. To now going to profitable days like this, thankfully. So I'll tell you the switch that I made, what trades I take, the strategy, so you can copy it exactly because it's super simple. This is just an example of a trade that I took. You can see I entered right over here, stock surged up, and right over here I decided to sell. So I'll explain this trade, I'll explain why I bought, why I sold, we'll do like a whole deep dive. Let's get into it. And so this is my 2025 performance. You can see I made a total of $1.3 almost million this year. It's pretty remarkable. I'm not gonna say that's a small amount. It's a pretty big amount. And we can see from January to roughly about August, we can see I was kind of going in this direction, right? I mean, wins, losses, sideways. I mean, it was pretty slow. Then I changed strategies. I made a full 180, and you can see my profits literally started surging upwards in this direction. And they're still going up. So this is the strategy that I want to talk about. The one that literally pivoted like from going like at this speed to going all the way up like this. I want to explain what this specific point here was. What was the change that I made? That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So what's the goal of today's video? The main goal is for you to learn the simple 1-minute strategy that made me profitable. Because I see these videos all the time and I used to do the same thing. I was also the guy on YouTube who used to search up best day trading strategy, best 1-minute time frame. I used to be the same guy. And I would look at video after video after video, try it, would lose money. I tried different strategies the next day that would also lose money, and it was just a vicious cycle. So I really believe, like if you actually put your mind to it, you actually watch the video till the end, you'll be able to stop doing that. This will be the last video you will ever watch. And again, with the strategy, you don't need a PhD. There's no PhD required. You don't need to have an insane understanding of all these like weird complex terms, CVC, FVG analysis, all this garbage. Every day it feels like you need to learn about a new like indicator. It's crazy. You don't need any of that. There's no astronomy either. Like I don't need to look outside the window and be like, hey, is it a full moon today? It's like, it doesn't matter. Like there's no outside sources. Like this just works. And the last thing is there's no guesswork, right? It's super simple. Bruv, it's literally a pattern. I'm gonna show you later in the video. It's a pattern. That's all it is. And again, it's a repeatable strategy. This works because I trade it every single day. So the first thing I want to talk about is if you're doing any one of these two things or both, you need to stop like this. It's a big red flag, like you need to stop. The first thing is if your chart looks anything like this picture over here, bruv, you need to stop. Like, I don't understand what, like people have this thing where it's like, the more indicators to put on my chart, the more money I'm going to make. Like that's not how it works. It's not like a linear thing where it's like the more indicators, the more money. It's actually inverse. It's like the more indicators, the less money you're gonna make. The less indicators, the more money you're gonna make. That's actually how it is. So if you have MACD, RSI, VWAP, EMA, squeeze indicator, preferential debate, Fibonacci, all this garbage, bruv, just take it off. Just take it all off. Genuinely, all you need is VWAP and EMA. That's literally it. That's literally all you need. The second thing is if you have unbelievable amounts of FOMO, the strategy is not going to work. Like I see so many, like gold is like near all-time highs, right? I see so many people when gold is literally all-time highs, the highest it's ever been in recorded history. People are like, yeah, now's the time to buy. Are you stupid? At all-time highs, you think it's the time to buy? You didn't think it was the time to buy over here? Maybe over here? Maybe over here? No. Now when it's a literal all-time highs, that's what I'm going to buy. Doesn't make any sense. What's wrong with these people? If you have FOMO, you have to genuinely work on it. I don't know if you have to use a simulator. I don't know if you have to just mentally trade, like literally look at the stock price, be like, okay, buy now and sell it now. I don't care what you have to do. Do not trade with real money because you're going to lose all of it. So now let's actually get into the strategy. So the question I get in the comments all the time is, hey bro, does this work on Forex? So I want to make it super clear. I've literally dedicated an entire portion of the video to explain that this doesn't work for crypto and Forex. What should you trade it on? What do I trade it on? on stocks. And there's three main reasons for this. The first one is that it's extremely accessible. Right now for like crypto, there's different rules, and in some countries it's illegal to trade crypto. Stocks, it's legal. It's like you can easily make a broker, you can easily start trading. It's extremely accessible. The second thing is it's extremely volatile. If you're trading the right stocks at the right time, you can make a shit ton of money. Like people think that when you talk about stocks, it's like, oh, you only mean the S&P 500 SPY and you only mean Apple. Like, no, there's plenty of stocks, and I'll tell you the types of stocks that I trade and how you can make a shit ton of money from them. And the third thing is you don't need any special knowledge. With Forex, these people talk about SVG, FVG, Fibonacci, retracement, RSI, all this. It's like, what are you talking about? Stocks, it's super simple. You're literally buying shares of a company and selling them 5 minutes later for a higher price. Like, that's it. Like crypto, blockchain, you need to have a PhD. It's like, what are you? Stocks is super simple. That's why you should trade this strategy with stocks. So now let's get into the actual strategy. So I'm going to take you this as if like I'm sitting down and I'm actually trading right next to you. So what do I do like minute by minute? So the market opens obviously at 9:30 a.m. So 9:15 a.m., right? 9:10 a.m., 9:05 a.m., whatever. Around about 9:15 a.m., I will sit down at my laptop and I will find gappers. What are gappers, you might ask? I'll explain. But that's what I'm doing, right? So 15 minutes before market opens, 20 minutes before market opens, I'm getting on and I'm trying to find gappers. Let's explain that. So what are gappers? Gappers are simply this. If you look at a daily chart of a stock price, right, and you see maybe it's going down, whatever, blah, 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 but one day it surges up like this, right? And it continues trading like this. This is what a gap is. The price the day before, it closed over here, and then something happened before it opened the next morning over here that caused it to spike up like this. It could be news, it could be an acquisition, it could be a merger, it could be all these different types of things. But something happened overnight that caused the stock price to like surge up in value before it opened the next day. That is what a gapper is. So how do you find these gappers? It's super simple. You want to go to a stock screener and you want to sort the screener by gap percentage like this. That's it. That's literally how simple it is. You can see over here, we can see all these different stocks gapping up. We have one gapping of 346%, another one 83%, 61%. All of these are gapping in descending order. If you can have something that looks like this on your chart at 9:15 a.m., you're good to go. That's all you need. Now, if you want my exact screener setup, it's in the trading group, which is called the Drake Room. So now it's 9:20 a.m. and the next thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to be finding news. So again, we talked about this, right? The stock is gapping up because there's news. Something happened overnight that caused the stock price to just surge in value. What caused it though, right? We have to look at the reason that this actually happened. Now you can search up the news. And so we can see on this specific day, we saw that this random group, blah, 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 invests some money into this stock and it's backing companies' AI-powered security, blah, 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 right? And look what happens. As soon as this news is posted, we can see the stock price literally starts to rise. News is posted over here, immediately it surges up. This is perfect. So now we have a reason, right? We have a reason why the stock is gapping up. If a stock is gapping up without news or without a reason, it can tend to be weak. So we need to make sure that it has news to make sure that it's strong. The next question you might have is, should I read the news? Like, should I like look at this headline and then read like the 200 lines that follow and try to see, is it good news? Is it bad news? The answer is no. And there's three main reasons for it. The first thing is it takes way too long. Like, are you seriously gonna sit there and read like 15 paragraphs and figure out if it's good or bad for the company? Like, no, it just takes forever. There's no point, right? If you have like 10 stocks that are gapping up that all have news, you're not gonna have time to like sit there and read all 10 headlines. It doesn't make any sense. The second thing is it can be quite difficult to understand at times. Like, let's say there's like a biotech company and they release news that their new drug, EP6426, had 24% efficacy rate. What the fuck does that mean? Like, you're gonna read the whole article and try to figure out if it's good? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So sometimes it can be incredibly difficult to understand like what the news is even about. And the third thing is, honestly, it doesn't even matter. If the stock is going up because some news was posted, that clearly means it's good news. Like, think about it. You wouldn't be seeing the stock if it had bad news. If it had bad news, you know what happened? It'd be going like this, doodle-doo, whatever, boom, it goes down. And you're not going to see that because you're only looking for stocks that are gapping up, not stocks that are gapping down, right? So truly, it doesn't really matter. If the stock has news, you're good to go. Before we get to the next step, guys, I have my free trading bundle. It includes a couple of things. The first thing it includes is a free course. So it explains the strategy. It's more in depth. It's really good. There's also 3 ebooks in there. There's a trade tracker, so you can put all of your trades. You can start journaling. It's really good. And there's also a special gift inside for the people that actually end up getting it. So if you do want it, link is in the description. Go check it out. All right, so market is about to open in about 10 minutes. We've identified the gappers. But now the next question is, what time frame is the best? Should I use the 1 minute time frame, the 4-hour time frame? What do I use? Now, my thinking about time frames is very simple. Let's say we have the same candle over here. We have a 5-minute time frame and we have a 1-minute time frame. This is the same price action, just in 2 different time frames. We can see over here, the 5-minute candle opened over here, went up, down, and eventually closed over here. The 1-minute candle did the same thing. Opened over here, went up, down, and eventually closed right over here. This is the same candle, but they tell you 2 different stories. With the 5-minute, you have absolutely no idea what's happening until the 5-minute candle closes. So you don't have an entry point. With the 1 minute, we can see that there's a green candle. It dips for a little bit, then it starts going back up. So that could potentially be an entry point right over there, right? At the 5-minute candle, you have no idea. It's just a green body. You don't know what's happening. With the 1-minute candle, you can really just zoom in and figure out what's going on. So again, what's the best time frame? I would say the 1-minute time. That's the one that I use. All right, so market has just opened. It's 9:30 a.m. The next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be waiting for a pattern. What pattern, you might ask? The bull flag. Don't even debate me on this. This is by far the best pattern that exists in the market. I see all these people with all these printouts of chart patterns. They're trying to memorize head and shoulders, all this garbage. This is the best one. If you can memorize one and stick to it, this should be it. Now, what is the bull flag? It's super simple. We can see we have a surge in price over here, right? Then we have a little bit of a pullback, right? The price isn't dumping. It's not going all the way back down. It's just pulling back for a little bit. And then we see a nice surge back up. Where do we want to enter? We want to enter on the first 1-minute candle to make a new high. We can see this green candle over here. As it surges up and it beats the previous red candle's high, which is at this level exactly over here, we want to enter as soon as it breaks it. As it breaks it, you can see it surges up, pulls back for a little bit, continues surging higher. And then we want to wait for some resistance to sell. We don't want to sell randomly or when we're up randomly. We want to only sell when we see some resistance. That's the entire thing. That's what we're going to be waiting for. So this is like an example of what I mean. We can see the stock on the left over here. It opened, it dumped down, it went up a little bit, dumped down, whatever. This is not what we want to trade because again, there's no pullback. There's no surge in price, right? But now let's look at the one on the right. This one's a lot better. We can see that it opened over here, surged upwards, and now what is it doing? It's pulling back. This is literally perfect. We want the next candle to open over here, surge higher, and as soon as it breaks this level over here, which is the high of the previous candle, as soon as it breaks that, I want to be spamming the buy button. So now let's hop onto the chart. I'll replay the stock minute by minute so you can see exactly when I entered, when I exited. Let's go to it. So guys, we have the exact same stock in front of me. Let's start playing it minute by minute when market opens and let's see what happens. So again, we can see the stock surges up initially and then we have a little bit of a pullback. All I'm waiting for now is for the new candle to open, break the previous one's high, and then I'll go ahead and enter. Let's see what it does. Next candle opens. There we go. Perfect. It beats the high. Boom. I enter. That's how easy it is. Now I'm going to wait for some resistance and then I'm going to end up selling. We can see it goes up and down for a little bit, right? It's just retesting levels. It's not a big deal. Then we have another bull flag over here, right? You might have noticed that. We have literally another bull flag over here. So you can potentially scale in to your position on this pullback over here. Anyway, it keeps surging up, keeps surging up, keeps surging up. And over here, I can see that it's around 80 cents, right? So these half dollars, these psychological numbers are usually resistance for these stocks. So for example, I entered at 68 cents, 75 cents would be resistance. You can see over here, it's literally finding resistance at that 75 cent level, but also 80 cents can be resistance. So when I see that it's finding a little bit of resistance at that 80 cent level, that's when I decide to sell. Super simple. Took me 5 minutes. And obviously the last thing to do is sell and take your profits. We can see from this trade, again, the same trade over here, I made $28,000. Now, obviously I don't make that much every single day, but when we do have a nice move like this, you really have to be aggressive. And that's what I did on this day when it really made a nice move. And here you can see there's some wins from the community. People are trading the exact same strategy, literally copying the exact same strategy. and they're finding a lot of success from it. So now you know my simple, profitable strategy that I use every day. But if you're anything like me when I started, I would watch a video and then when I went to apply it to the real markets, it would be super difficult. So if you want me to give you a personalized trading plan that's built specifically for you, you want weekly one-on-one progress calls, you want every single trade that you take reviewed by me, you want direct support to me to ask anything you want, and you want free lifetime access to the Draco Room community, then I'll leave a link down in the description so you can apply for my one-on-one mentorship. These are just some of the results from the students. We can see Playboy Cardi made $517, Freddie made some money over here, Nick made $1,207, Abdullah made $202, Mike made $894, Ashley made $596, and Mike made $943. They're all trading the same strategy that I just taught you. So if you guys do want to apply for the mentorship, fill in the form that's in the description. There are limited spots available, so if the link in description still works, it means that enrollment is open. But if the link doesn't work, then it means that enrollment is closed. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.